slides. This is the map. Yesterday we dealt with my group on art, science and technology, which is also the theme of Star Arts, and most of the participants and Maria Grazia participated to this European community project, which is the exchange between art, science, and technology. We started with this simplified image. There was a river. At the source of the origin of the river, we had our Starts project, which promoted art, science, and technology. Then there was a desert, and on the other side, a wood. And in the middle, optimistically so, a city. And the metaphor there was art, technology, science together can set up dystopia, utopia, and a reality in the middle. And this is a really great simplification of this main idea. But beyond that, we started from a concept, undisciplinarity, and even starts and projects that appear avant-garde and support art and science are ongoingly overcome by those who deal with art and science. We've spent some years trying to be cross-disciplinary, transdisciplinary, cross-pollinated, and at the end, as we've learned from Holland, thanks to our friends, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of friends from Balkan Lab. We've learned that in order to work together, we have to do away with the concept of discipline. We've spoken of artists, but even more visions and processes that will be necessary to build and design the new atlas. And disciplinarity therefore means that to work together we need to participate as human beings, persons, individuals who are engaged towards a common goal and not as labeled themes. And so let's forget the labels of what we do, but let's focus on who we are and sharing goals. And this can be achieved practically and together, hands-on. You can try putting together people for 2 weeks and they will forget about their artistic background and focus on who they are. So what are the references that we have received from the past? Well, very, very important classic ones. And we start from Leonardo da Vinci and Gutenberg. So again, the relation between science and art embodied in one, a space offered to nature through art. And even thanks to what Sabine just said, there are 7 expressions AI that identifies them have or had already been designed by Leonardo da Vinci, and you can go to the Museo della Scienza e della Tecnica here in Milan to look at how he envisaged the emotions and this transformation. And Gutenberg, again, the ink he used was not the right one, and so when he tried to invent his printing machine, he worked with artists and who supported him in offering the best ink for the new technology, the printing machine. And so reasoning on this new atlas, we've conceived the idea that art and science are juxtaposed. They're not opposing on opposing sides. So artists can change the visions of scientists and the other way around. So boundaries fall, walls fall. And so again, another reference to Latour, but also Jock Cage. Therefore, processes and its interruption, important rites, rituals that are as important as the scientific method. So we're moving towards a world where there is no need for a separation that is strict between culture and nature, nature and technology, city and nature. In the new atlas, in the new continent that we will bring about, we mainly want to see nature, isles of city, and pervasive technology. And so again, concepts of artistic ideas, as Sabine just said, that are linked to our group interconnectedness, symbiosis, that we have focused on for many years. In the past, we thought that technology was an enabler so that human beings could express themselves at best without a lot of doing a lot of hard work. But now, even art is an enabler through technology. And what does art enable? Well, nature, again, nature in all of its dimensions, mineral, animal, human, organic and inorganic. We can all express ourselves at best. This means that we hope that our future will be enabled. And so we have to think towards this direction. So we are moving towards a place where at 90% we have forests, woods, without contradiction between man, technology, and nature. It's an interconnected forest. It's not a dystopic vision, an Orwellian vision of this connected world. So then the source, the spring, like in the Nile River, becomes a multiple vision. It's not just one. There are numerous origins, numerous springs that flow subterraneanly under the earth and will be able to enter the desert that is arriving. And it's no longer a vision, it's reality, alas. And it will be a rainforest that it's ever changing, hybrid, ever changing forest. And this is the forest that we envisage for the future that art also represents. Therefore, I believe that these are more or less the main concepts that were brought to the surface. Other important ideas is the need, supported by art and experimentation, to move and shift from micro to macro through meso and change perspective. And so technology really supports this 360 degrees in a more refined and different way, which is, an important element that reminds us to not remain fixated on one thing. So it's the end of anthropocentrism. Leonardo is an ongoing reference point. So at the center, there's no longer just a man, but it's a hybrid being, a shapeshifter, a mutant, technological, natural individual with its glance that allows people to express themselves without imposing their own perspectives. And so this, in a way, is what came up yesterday. I do understand that it may appear as a little bit too theoretical. It's the feeling that I have perceived as a person. My reality is that of working on cities. So it is very theoretical in terms of these thoughts, but we also listen to what comes up, and we are outgoing. It might appear, like a primitive primal function of art. Listen and then give back through actionability. And I believe that this is a great future that has emerged from this European international consortium that has become a community that was set up by the Dalai Lama, who is no scientist, nor artist, no technologist, who invites us to think and be a a community, a collective community, and thanks to technology, we can be that. So these are the hints that I have